Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This is my top 10 stocks as we head into Wednesday, June 12th. This will be a technical analysis breakdown. So if you're someone that uses charts within your trading, or maybe you're just interested in learning more about charts and how they can be used as a tool to help make good decisions as a trader, this will be a video for you. And also, if you trade Bitcoin, I will do a bonus analysis at the end. First thing, if you do have a request for a stock for me to cover in a future video, leave that down in the comment section and I'll do my best to get to that. And then as far as what we'll be looking at here, a couple more clarifications. Number one, the candlestick that you see right there will still be moving around and changing. That is because the market's still open for a small amount of time. But I do like to do these videos when the market is still open because sometimes we can capture some really interesting late day price movement. And then second, I'll be using the 30-minute time frame, meaning each one of these candlesticks here represents 30 minutes worth of time. So stock number one, GME. And this will mean a little bit more to those of you that watched yesterday's video, but if you did, hopefully remember me talking about how the price was starting to bottom out and how, you know what, a very popular stock, maybe just maybe this was finally some sort of bottoming action. And then today, it definitely took a little while, didn't happen right away, but this afternoon, the price has really come back to life. So congratulations to any of you that, took that trade from yesterday's video. But moving forward now, definitely public enemy number one headed into Wednesday. Going to be all about that purple line right there, which on my chart illustrates the very well-known 50-period moving average. And that's why it's well-known. You can see right there, price has gotten rejected from it. Does not mean the price can't break above it. I'm just saying it makes sense why the price is currently struggling right there around $30.15 because that is the current value of that moving average. So keep an eye on that from a resistance standpoint. And then in terms of areas of support, the level that you want to see hold moving forward, because it's by far going to make the chart look the strongest and healthiest, is the price staying above that pink line right there. 200-period moving average right now valid at, let's just call it the $25 mark. So keep an eye on those couple dynamics here, but no doubt about it, great movement today. Good solid volume this afternoon. Let's see if it carries into Wednesday. Next one here, ticker symbol KITT. Very, very crazy day today, and a tricky chart to talk about because it's all about perspective. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're some sort of day trader, flipper, scalper, whatever you want to call yourself, and you were buying right there and your plan was to buy and sell within 20 minutes, well, then from that perspective, the chart looks really, really terrible. With that being said, if you care about the bigger picture point of view, even with the bigger pullback right here, the price still has plenty of opportunity to build those higher bases. And in fact, the price, so let me squeeze this out just so you can see it a little bit better here, but the price still does have higher lows. So we have a low right there. We have these lows. We have these lows right here. If you envision these as stair steps, well, you still have stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. Again, I'm well aware if you're a day trader and you bought up here, you don't care about these stair steps. But that's why I'm trying to distinguish between talking about somebody that's more so a day trader and somebody that's more so caring about the bigger picture point of view. So moving forward, the quickest and really easiest way to gauge are the bulls still in health from the big picture is just to watch that purple line there, which you now know is that 50-period moving average, and keyword being moving. So as time goes by, that line is going to continue to move itself higher and higher. So it's basically a trend line that's drawing itself for you. So as long as the price is above the overarching uptrend and trend line, then by definition, that means the price is still in an uptrend. In terms of areas of resistance, main battleground to watch. Next one will be right up there at the 33-cent mark. And then, yeah, you have some areas up here in around the 40-cent mark. But let's just take it one hurl at a time. Let's see if this nice, strong afternoon, as the price is trying to recover back upwards, can it push its way back up to that level and get the breakup through it? We'll see what happens with it. But like I said, overall, the stair steps are still in the upwards direction. Next one, AAPL Apple. And I don't know if this is the biggest move it's ever had, but it is definitely by far the biggest move it's had in a very, very long time. And as somebody that owns Apple in my retirement accounts, I'm not complaining about today at all. But really the main dynamic and main reason to just put it on the watch list is the watch list is all about finding unique, finding interesting situations, not rushing out and buying stuff, but at least watching it. And you have a stock make very, very big movements on very, very big volume, and then it just happens to be a kind of a well-known stock such as Apple. Those ingredients alone are worth at least keeping an eye on it from a trading standpoint. Now, in terms of areas of support, if you want to play a pullback, really the level that stands out if you want to be more so aggressive, right there at 203.50. And if the price can stay above 203.50 moving forward, that would make Apple look very, very strong. With that said, if the price falls below 203.50, that doesn't mean the entire chart's epically destroyed or anything like that, because as I was just talking about, from the bigger picture, just watch that purple line. And as long as the 50-period moving average, as it moves itself higher and the price stays above it, then the overall trend is still fully in the bull's favor. In terms of areas of resistance, this is at all-time highs, so it's a good problem to have. So, I mean, you could technically call 206.10-ish an area of resistance, but like I said, it's knocking right on the door. So even if you wanted to just call this a continued blue sky breakout, I wouldn't offer any pushback against that because at the end of the day, when stocks are at all-time highs, always a good thing. Next one, TPET, and this one started off very, very strong, and once more, depending on your standpoint, it's going to dictate whether this is really a bullish or bearish chart. So clearly, if you're a day trader and you bought right there, yeah, things are not looking very good for you, because yes, the price did essentially pull back all day long. But if you care about the big picture, part of the big picture is saying, well, yeah, but where was the price at yesterday? What was going on? And you could say, well, yesterday the price was down here before it exploded upwards like that, which is now giving the ability to draw a bull pennant pattern. So like I said, a big picture standpoint, somebody's going to be looking and saying, okay, bullish pattern right now. But all depends on where you bought. In terms of areas of resistance moving into Wednesday, I think that's going to be an important area of resistance to watch right there. And in terms of pullbacks, right now, price is sort of in the middle of nowhere. And really the next key level of support that I'd keep an eye on is going to be these moving averages, specifically that purple line 50-period moving average as it moves itself higher and gets more and more relevant. But overall, like I said, depending on your angle, and these are always hard to talk about because it's all about perspective, but the price does still have a chance to build a higher base and to potentially curl back upwards. And if it does, the key break point is going to be all about that trend line. Next one, AISP, and overall, good looking chart here. Bit of a pullback, but all things considered, especially when you factor in that not that long ago, the price was all the way down here, and even with the pullback, it's still all the way up there. Good, solid movement. So moving forward in terms of areas of support, main level to watch is going to be that pink line right now, valued at 397. You can see right there, price pulled back. It didn't hit it exactly, but got very, very close before bouncing upwards. So that would be certainly the ideal level of support that you'd want to see hold if the price does pull back at all. In terms of areas of resistance, main level that stands out to me right there at, what is that? Yeah, the $5 mark. And then, yeah, I'll add it in just in case. And then the next one level right up there at basically the highs at 528. So $5 and 528, more so the resistance zone if this thing does try to curl back upwards. But either way you look at it, good solid volume, nice volatility today. So it's proven that it can move and move quickly. And this last 30 minutes is pretty interesting as, green candle here forming, volume coming back in strong. Obviously not as strong as it was this morning, but we'll see if the volume can return and maybe give this thing a push back up into the fives. Real quick, want to take a break and personally invite you to get signed up for this free live online webinar that I'm offering in a couple of days here. So if you've been enjoying what you've seen and you want to learn more about this tool, how it can and should be used to build consistency and manage risk, then definitely get signed up for the free webinar. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a link down in the description box you can use to get signed up. Or if you're watching at my website itself, there's an area right there on the page you can use to get signed up. So like I said, if you've been enjoying, then definitely get signed up for the free training. Next one, NIO, and just another brutal move. Not because it was such a red day today, but just because this thing, every time it approaches an area of support. So right here was actually an interesting trend line support because there was a bit of a falling wedge, which is a bullish pattern into play. But today the bears made it very clear, no. There is no bullish pattern here, and absolutely destroyed the bottom part of it right there. And that also goes to serve as the main area of resistance now moving forward, just based on the rule that when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. Now, to give some credit's due, from where the price was at its lows, it has been able to battle back a little bit, so that's encouraging that it's at least stopped going down and started going up a little bit. But yeah, still a lot of work that needs to be done, because even if the price did break above the resistance trend line right there, then not that far away, you're going to have to deal with that 50-period moving average. But again, it is still better than having the price continuing to be down near lows or maybe even pushing to newer lows. In terms of areas of support, nothing fancy or complicated here. Literally just a question of, okay, well, where did the bleeding finally stop today? And that was down there at the $4.35 mark. So no fancy logic or anything like that behind that. But yeah, all things considered, very, very rough day here for NIO. Next one, AMC. Very nice move and life once again as things came back to life. And I talked about this one in yesterday's video too. So congratulations to anybody that was watching a little bit closer today, because you got a very nice move this morning. Bit of a pullback here, but all things considered, price is up above some very key levels. First key level, purple line 50-period moving average. So that'd be the ideal level. If the price can stay above there, that's certainly going to make the chart look the healthiest moving forward. But I would say the must-hold level would be that 200-period moving average of pink line. And, simple reason, I'm not saying this will occur, but just for explanation, if the price were to come down to that pink line and then drop below it, what would you have? You would have the price having gone right back to where it was. In other words, that would be a situation where the price exploded and then went right back to where it was. Not exactly a sign of genuine power. In terms of areas of resistance, again, no fancy logic here, but other than just where did the party stop. You can see the party stopped several times right up there around $5.47. So kind of a random area, but that's just where the sellers revealed themselves to be, right at 547. So keep an eye on that. But all things considered, good solid day here for AMC. Next one, Tesla, TSLA, and like NIO, another brutal move. Not necessarily because it was red, but because the price had been doing such a good job for a very long time of holding up above 172.75. But you can see the opening 30 minutes here, the price went down there and just absolutely destroyed through there. So in fact, let me just get rid of these levels up here because they've served their purpose for now. In the first key update, just based on that rule that when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So if there is any sort of, extended bounce. So again, let's look at the glasses half full. At least the price stopped going down. It leveled out here. And now it's starting to go back upwards. So, is this the start of a bigger move? We'll have to see what happens with it. But if this does continue on up, then yeah, 172.75 is definitely going to be public enemy number one. And I would expect it to put up a pretty good fight. Doesn't mean the price can't push through it. But I don't think it would just be some sort of clean, cut break if the price were to break up there. And then once more, as far as supports in these situations, no need to overcomplicate it. Just ask the question, where did the bleeding finally stop here in Tesla? And it finally stopped down there at essentially 167.50. So that'll be the main area to watch. And it's actually a very interesting bounce point because you had a bounce right there, came up, came back down, bounced right there. So if it came back down here, would you get some sort of triple bottom bounce? That's a valid situation to consider. Next one, VHAI, and a good solid pattern here. So let's just get in a draw on the pattern. So top part of the pattern, right there, got the resistance line. And then bottom part of the pattern, right here, have our support. So let me change that green for support. And just because I can't help myself, let's keep it all one color to hopefully make it easier to see. So we have our resistance. We have our support. We have the big upwards move right there for the golfers. Put the golfer down here. Have ourselves a bull pennant pattern. So while nothing is guaranteed, is it valid? Is it plausible to think that if the price comes up here and pushes through that level, even if you just want to call that a self-fulfilling prophecy, that could generate additional buying pressure, that is certainly a valid thought process. So if you like bull pennants, you like penny stocks, definitely keep an eye on VHAI. Next one, TQQQ, and a very good day on this one, especially when you consider how it started off. And it started off with a gap down, and the price came down here. And again, the power of charts. Did it hit that green line exactly? It did not, but got very close to it. So I'm not bragging about myself. I am bragging about charts, but I will turn that into a quick plug. Go get signed up for the free training. Charts are awesome, and here's a real-life example of it. So for anybody that did watch yesterday's video and accumulated down there, you got yourself not only a bounce up to the top of the channel, you got yourself a breakout to the channel. And as I speak right now, this thing is, it's starting to push towards these highs. So I'm going to get rid of that level. It's served its purpose for now. And first update, when levels of resistance are broken and closed above, you want to see them act as support. So moving forward, the ideal level in terms of what would make the chart look the healthiest and strongest moving forward will be if the price can stay above 68.40. And in terms of areas of resistance, once again, the logic of just where did the party stop today? And the party stopped right there at, we'll call it 69.20. But the price is, like I said, as I speak, knocking on the door. Market closes in 3 minutes. So probably stay below it. But if you're watching this and somehow you're saying, wait, Clay, no, the price closes above that red line. Well, that would just be telling you that the price ultimately ended with a breakout to even new highs. But anyway, look at it. Very strong here day today. I will get to Bitcoin here in just a second, but for you stock traders, like I said, if you enjoyed what you saw and you want to learn more about the tool and how it can and should be used, go get signed up for the free webinar. It'll be very soon, Thursday, June 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Go get signed up. Now let's talk some Bitcoin. One clarification here, I am now using the 4-hour time frame, not the 30 minutes. So each one of these represents 4 hours, and that's just because Bitcoin is open 24/7, and I want this part of the video to remain relevant for as long as possible. But yeah, it has been a rough run for Bitcoin here over the past 24 hours. Although as I talk right now, past 4 hours via that green candle, very solid. So that's really my main question moving forward. And if you're watching this video, 20 hours from now, you're going to have a much better idea of how to answer this question. So I'm just going to operate on the assumption that you're watching this video 15, 20 hours after I get it uploaded. So question number one, I want you to ask yourself is, where is the price at relative? I'm going to just move this down to that level there at 66,100. If you're saying, Clay, the price is above 66,100, then that is a good sign, simply just because that means that the bleeding has continued to stop. As of now, it stopped by going up. So even if you're saying the price is somewhere down around here, it's at least still going sideways. Now, clearly, I'm assuming you want to see the price up higher, but even if it's just hanging around down here, you would still at least be able to say that this downwards pressure right here has stopped at least and has continued to stop. Now, if you're saying, well, actually, Clay, the price is down below 66,100, okay, well, that is telling you that this 4-hour time frame or this 4-hour candle was just a little blip on the radar. And the question becomes, well, okay, well, how far down below is it? The further down below 66,100, that just means the worse that this downwards movement has continued to be and has gotten that much more. Now, if you're saying, well, Clay, the price is above 66,100, well, where's the price at relative to this pink line here? At 67,400. If you're saying the price is actually up above there, that is good. How far up above it? The further up above, the better this bounce has become, because as long as the price is up around here, that means this bounce is holding its gains, and that's good. And obviously, the further up above it is, not only has the bounce held its gains, it's actually built that many more gains. But like I said, very interesting situation for me to be in right now, watching this big green candle after a nasty move down. So, is this just a dead cat bounce? We'll have to see. Like I said, if you're watching this 20 hours from now, you're gonna have a much better idea. But as of right now, that's a big question mark. Is this a dead cat bounce, or is there some true power behind it? As I invited the stock traders, I'm inviting you as a Bitcoin and crypto trader, go get signed up for this free class Thursday, June 13th at 7 p.m. Eastern time, because what you learn about can and definitely should be used within the world of crypto and Bitcoin also. So definitely go get signed up for it. It is a genuine live class. There's questions and answers, so bring your questions and I'll be happy to discuss them to you face to face. So thanks for hanging out. If you appreciate these top 10 videos, hit that like button, leave a comment below. Again, if you have a request, leave that down below and go get signed up for that free class. Thanks for watching.